you're connecting on TikTok, if you can hear me, I hope my live is not freezing. So this lives specifically to help build connection. I tend to focus on building resilience. Okay, so focusing on a positive and optimistic outlook. So not necessarily neglecting the fact that life challenges happen, but the reason why I tend to focus on an optimistic outlook is because life already is challenging. There's already sufficient pain and suffering, and even more so when you're living with a chronic illness. So just recognizing people who are joining in. I hope the day has been kind to you. And who's joined, I see usernames. Yes, so optimistic outlook doesn't mean that you're dismissing your life experiences. It just means that you're rewiring your mind to say, these issues that are going on now, they're not permanent. And the reason I to do that often is also to trick my body to calm down. I joke about it now, but I think that when you're living with a chronic, it's almost like you develop some form of discipline that you've never developed before, where you're more tuned with your mind and your body than you've ever been before, because your body is forever, like sensory. There's something going on every single day. There's no form of like 100% like feeling better. So you become an expert at being in tune with like your body and your mind and cognition and everything that's going on with it, to the point that you almost become robotic. Okay, you become robotic in a what is it, because it's like if you're easing stress and you're minimizing that, then it's almost as though you become detached from things affecting you. And that's a good skill to have. It's a good skill to have in order to minimize any triggers of potential stress. Okay, flare-ups are not the greatest things to experience. So I've had to like going to be a great day. Okay, regard you wake up in the morning and your body is stiff and you're feeling like brain fog, you have cognitive fatigue. It's very difficult to think today is going to be great. So it's a training that's on an everyday basis of wiring your mind to think in a different way, to think of an optimistic outlook, to think regardless, I am going to send a message to my brain to say, today is going to be a great day. Today I am grateful because I've been able to wake up. Today I am grateful because my feet have been able to touch the ground, even though my feet or my legs are stiff. I am grateful. And when you're doing that, what I've discovered is it's telling the body that your body and mind, that you're safe, you're in a safe space, and it helps to ease some of those I would say the musculoskeletal issues, the sensory issues that happen in the body. It also tells the body that it's good to be receiving this type of information, this external that means that this person is open to growth. And as you do that, it's counteracting. I don't know what's happening with like my YouTube today. It's just freezing completely. How can one phone be okay and that's very interesting. I keep freezing. Okay, so I recognize Christina, Gay, Daza, and Darcy on TikTok. Thanks for connecting. I hope your day has been good and been persevering through. All right, if especially if you are in fourth season. Fourth season is easy, especially for a lot of people. You have to adjust to the cold weather and all sorts. But then for chronic illness warriors, it's even an extra burden of having to readjust mentally and physically. It's not easy. So these lives, basically, I hopped on here just to say that if anybody's got any specific questions about FS and other chronic illnesses, do feel free to ask away. Or if anything, if you're a Fibro warrior or a supporter, do feel free to connect as well, just to let me know about experiences, as you never know through this type of engagement who you may connect with that can also like resonate with your experiences. And earlier on, I was just sharing experiences on what to look out for as a pre-warning to symptoms that come up with like chronic illness. What are the signs and the clues in order to help you minimize the symptoms from like escalating and becoming an issue which you can't reverse. I also shared what I would do had I known about the symptoms. So these are symptoms of fibromyalgia. So I gave an example. So hi, Alf and Katasha, I believe. Absolute. Oh, that's fantastic to hear. Thank you. Katsei. Oh my goodness. Excuse my pronunciation. And thank you for your compliment. I really appreciate it. I'd say beautiful soul, as I can't see your picture, but I'm pretty sure you are. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Nowadays, what I tend to do is I thank and bank compliments. Okay, because today even now I'm feeling, oh, I look absolutely awful because I've missed my siesta time. I usually have, that's another like fibromyalgia thing. I usually have like a siesta time mapped out because I reach a certain point during the day where my mind cognitively just says, you've got to shut down. You know, you can't take in or process any information. So what I've done is to help ease that feeling, I just decide to relax. It doesn't mean that I fall asleep, but I just shut all the media off, any responsibilities or tasks. You won't be able to connect with me, and I have a quiet period. And then when I feel energized, then I'll wake up again. You're most welcome. Cat say fun. Okay, you're most welcome. So yes, I take, they say that when somebody compliments you, accept the compliment. And if somebody says you've got a great skill, accept that this is your skill rather than brushing it off, because they say that if you brush it off, that means that you're closing your opportunities, you're closing the window to recognize some of your gifts, some of your talents. So I want to say hi to Daza, Nadia, Lee, Davis, Vikas on TikTok, and on YouTube for anybody else who's joining in later. So when you come across my live later, do feel free to engage, ask any questions. I will come back to the lives. I will engage because you probably will be seeing the live on replay, especially like on YouTube. And on TikTok, I tend to cut them into shorter versions when I think, oh yes, I can share some of this information. And if you're a Fibro warrior connecting or a supporter that is familiar, oh, goodbye, Katsei. You must tell me how to pronounce your username, if that's your real name, next time. Have a good evening or afternoon wherever you're connecting from. Thanks for connecting. And thank you for the hearts too, much appreciated. Okay, thanks for connecting. And Miss Berry on TikTok, thanks for connecting. Good evening or afternoon, Laura. I hope your day has been fantastic. I am going to wind it off. I've been on here for an hour. It was just to connect with Fibro warriors, Fibro, ME, CFS warriors, chronic illness warriors, and any supporters who are curious, just to focus on the positive. I know it's challenging, but I like to focus on matters that are creative so that we can kind of like minimize the challenges that are going on physically as well as externally in the world. For connecting. I might be back on later, and I was thinking about topics to come. Not topics, I think a specific headline for have any ideas. That's something that comes to mind about a key theme that you're most about. Do share it on these lives when it's on replay, especially like on YouTube. Feel free to share. Then what I'll do is I'll tag those topics onto the next